Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Cast Track. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing this with your friends. Today's episode is with our friend, Brandon Carbol. Brandon was born right here in Calgary, Alberta, and he loves it here, thank goodness. Brandon asked me to explain to his 96-year-old grandma, Margaret Carr, what the difference is between a podcast, radio show, and television show. Well, Margaret, as it relates to your amazing grandson, Brandon Carbol, there is no difference. He has been asked to be on this show so we can celebrate how great he is, how great his team is. Our audience will feel the same, and I know you're very proud of him, and so are we. Brandon also asked to give a shout out to his amazing mother, Cheryl, and his brilliant and beautiful wife, Kendra, who put up with him each and every day. It's so nice to have that support. Besides his loved ones, Brandon loves being in service to others on any scale, whether it be by sharing his experience, his knowledge, or getting down and dirty, hands-on, helping to empower those around him to better their position or circumstances, whether in business or in his private life. This has always been the most rewarding action principle he values most, a true servant's heart. Friends, you'll find his full bio attached. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Catherine. Thank you for the warm introduction.
Oh,
yeah, my grandma she'll love that. She's a sweet.
She sounds like a real spitfire.
Oh, she is. She's great. Yeah.
So nice to have someone around you like that you can look up to, isn't it?
Absolutely. She's such an inspiration for the whole family. And yeah, you know what? Even the work family, she knows all of them too, and what's going on in each of their lives. And she's very involved in 96. So yeah.
That's so good. I love it. I want to be just like her when I get there. That's great.
Me both.
Amazing. Well, are you ready for the questions that we sent you, Brandon?
I am ready.
Excellent. I'm very curious to hear why you do what you do.
Why do I do what I do? Well, what do I do? I work at a company. It's a company I started called Weatherskin, and with my partner, Marwan Halal. And we both come from construction, home building backgrounds, and we decided we would love to get into a product business rather than a service-based business. And we knew that there was definitely some holes in construction and the products that we were using and their performance, and a lot of room for improvement. So we got into that. We got into particularly specialty coatings, so waterproofing, roofing, different wall coatings, different special purpose concrete coatings. And what I love the most about doing that is changing perceptions. I think that, you know, it has to start with a great product or a service or a tool or a platform like yours, Catherine. And we got a lot of those products in spades. But I think people's brains are wired to categorize things, you know, and associate things with past experiences. And if there's been a historical problem with a building material or a product in the past that they've worked with or that they've heard about, sometimes the challenge, the fun part is actually educating them on how those things have changed. You know, how has technology improved those things? So, you know, it's easy to categorize paint is paint or epoxy is epoxy. But there's so much more. You can go so much deeper. And we're in a world of where the demand is shifted, and it's become really about green technologies, green products, low emissions products. That seems to be where the construction marketplace is moving its focus. And we're so fortunate to be at the forefront of that and be here in Calgary, where we have these Chinook things that are hard on any kind of building material, especially exterior coatings. And so it's a great playground and platform to R&D and test. So yeah, educating people, bringing them up to speed on where these products are at, what they're capable of, and then how can those solutions help them? You know, that's really, if we have something that can help somebody with their project or their business or on a personal level, how do we deliver that to them? How do we get them that product and have them be really happy with the fact empowering other people, that empowering and educating and delivering solutions. That's why I do what I do. And I honestly, when I go to work, I feel like I'm not working. It's a second family, a home away from home, and we're really all really tight. So I love it.
Isn't that nice? How big is your team now, Brandon?
You know what? We got about 6 people in the office here in Calgary. We did trim. We used to have a service side of our business, and we found that the service sector, it's better to hand that off to professionals, tradespeople that have been contractors that have been doing this for so long. It's a completely separate business model, set of books. So we consolidated the business into strictly product manufacturing and distributing. And now we work with these great trades. It's just been amazing for networking and getting to know the building community when we pass these things off to them and put the trust in them after we teach them how to use all these great products.
Well done. That's awesome. I like the product model too. Excellent.
Yeah.
And what about your top 3 things that you'd like to share with us today?
Top 3 things. You know, I think I wanted to give away a couple resources that I'm currently employing in my own life, or places where I'm finding inspiration. So one of those places is actually a community we just joined called the Solar Impulse Foundation. If anybody wants to find really innovative technologies, really innovative products, there's another company out of Calgary I know of that is part of this foundation, ZS2 Technologies, and their team. Great people, great company, but the Solar Impulse, it was started by a fellow named Bertrand Piccard, and they're looking for innovative products, cutting edge solutions to change the next 100 years of construction. And it is a wild library of just really cool up and coming tech that, you know, you can get lost in that website really quick. So that would be one.
Good.
Number 2, I'd highly recommend people to follow Cat's Track. I've been watching all the interviews, and you know what a great place to connect and listen to stories of the challenges, and then also the inspiration, hopeful stories that are coming out of businesses and entrepreneurs and innovators. What a great platform for people to tune into. So hey, we all need inspiration. Watch this show. That would be number 2.
You're awesome.
Or sorry, Grandma, podcast.
That's right.
Yeah. And number 3 is I'd like to encourage people to engage in trade locally with other businesses. You know, there's lots of businesses that are struggling with the current pandemic situation. But it's pretty amazing when you take the time, and I know each business has a different capacity to do this, but if you take the time, maybe pick one other local business in your community and connect with them and ask what their problems are, and maybe there's a little part of the solution that you can contribute. You know, you might not be able to solve all the problems of that business, but maybe there's a contribution that you can make that would really make a big difference for another business. And so connect with people and be open to giving away your time. Your assets. Time is a huge asset, right? And your ears, and maybe you guys can help each other. Maybe from my experience, I always get it in return. You know, if I sit down and give it away, it seems like it comes back tenfold. So it's never a bad thing to put aside some time to help somebody else.
That's awesome. I love it. You know, you sound like a fellow Rotarian to me, Brandon.
Maybe.
Maybe one day when you're not so busy.
Yeah. I'd love that.
Awesome. And what about on your new frontier or a good news story that you'd like to share as ending?
Well, 2021, we've been able to crack into some new markets with the business. We've been able to take advantage of a lot of great government programs right now. There's a lot out there. Can export to crack into the U.S. And we have new products coming that are going to really fall in line with the Canadian Building Code. The new code is going to be looking at zero emissions, zero impact construction, and we've got a lot of new products on the way that are going to really appeal to the builders and the community, the contractors. New roofing products, new sealers, and then some big certifications on our end. So the CCMC certification on the products, that's a big one in Canada. And then we have a product that we're getting a DIN number, a drug identification number on right now. It's called Farmer Room Surface Wash. And we noticed a very big hole in medical grade disinfectants. And we also noticed that in that disinfectant market, at that grade, the hospital grade, there's not a clean, eco-friendly option for the user and for the environment. So we're bringing one to market, and that is really exciting. We're going to be expanding quite a bit in terms of our team, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of offering new jobs in Calgary, and in a new product. And we've got a fantastic partner in that with All Clean Natural. They do produce wipes, and so expect us to be cracking in with a lot of big distributors and be able to find the products on a lot of shelves this year.
That's awesome, Brandon. Have you ever, I'm sure you have, I'm sure you've won several different awards. Have you won top 40 under 40 yet?
Not yet. I haven't applied yet.
Well, you don't need to apply. We can nominate you. You can just sit back and do the good work that you do.
Oh my goodness. I would be very, very grateful for the nomination, Catherine.
Yeah, no, you would definitely be up there. Oh my goodness. I'm very impressed, Brandon. I'm very happy for you, and congratulations on all your great successes, and good job on being able to continue looking for new markets during this crazy time. Not everyone's been able to do that. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Catherine, and thank you for your time today and allowing me the spot on this podcast. It's been amazing.
My pleasure. My pleasure. That was Brandon Carbol, everyone. Check out the great company that he's working with Weatherskin, and let's get him nominated and win for top 40 under 40. Thanks so much for joining us today.